Hello everyone, xHedra here, bringing you episode 33 of Modern Skyblock 3 Departed, a mod pack by EmoZY Gamer. So in the last episode, we started the magic quest, some true magic, and we started into life in the forest, so forestry. Only problem is, once again, I went long, so now I don't have an island for my life in the forest. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to try to keep it shorter this time, and get to the island at the end. I finally got one Chaos Essence here, and this is still going on very slowly, but at least it's moving forward and I'm getting some more. So let's just continue with the next part of the Some True Magic quest. By the next part, I'm going to be skipping one, and I'm going to explain to you. So this one, Imbuing Station, the random things. The problem is that the second part of the quest, I need to kill some mobs and some ghosts. And that can be very long, and I don't really have a setup for that. So I need to make sure that I have a way of turning my mob farm off, so that I can have the mobs accrue and then be in a good position to kill them, to try and get that part done. So instead, I'm going to get started into Psi. So Psi, Magical Psi is a very weird mod. Super powerful, but kind of weird. And unfortunately, it's not super well explained. So I've had to experiment a lot with it. So first quest is Rod. To start off with Psi, you're going to need to construct a basic CAD. Okay, CAD means Canadian dollar to me, but let's go with that. We need to make a Rod Constructor and an iron rod frame. So let's look at Rod Constructor and Constructor right here, and that's going to be 3 gold ingot, a piston, and some wood. So not so complicated. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. I should have some wood in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, I have plenty of wood in here. So first, let's get to the piston. Oh, really? I'm missing 1 wood. So let's get now to the piston. Like so. And now to the Rod Constructor. Like so. Perfect. So that's done. It's going to detect anytime soon. Oh, it did detect. So the iron rod frame now. Iron rod frame. Right here. So we need 4 iron ingot and 1 wood. So again, not expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a wood. Let's just do it like this. It's gonna be faster. Et voila! So that's one quest done. Again, we don't have an island for that though. So let's claim that, and let's look at the next quest. Psidust. The very first thing you are able to do with your focusing wand is turning redstone into Psidust. And man, does that not get explained at all. So I'm going to put this down right here. And I tried to put this here, and I'm like, what are these? But then I discovered that you don't really need any of these. They're just going to make my wand better. My focusing rod, sorry. But this just gives me 1. And now I can get some redstone. And here's the thing. Oh man, did I lose a bit of time on that one, but that was me not being fast. I tried right clicking, shift clicking, whatever clicking, and all it turns out to be is you put 1 on the ground and you right click it. And level up. You got 1 level point, unequip your rod and press C to use it. So unequip my rod and press C, and tutorial requirement level 1, and all of these say nothing whatsoever. Sector, caster, hold shift, select the person casting the spell, trick debug, for testing, print out the target. So, learn, I guess? Welcome to the leveling menu. It looks like you've gotten acquainted with your brand new focusing rod. This menu serves as your school for the mod, and this is your first tutorial. Don't worry, this is the longest one. It has to teach you the basics. To get started inscribing spells, you'll need a spell inscriber. To cast your spell, you'll also need a better rod than the one you have right now. One with all the components. Look up all the various rod components. Frame, crux, notch, source, and optionally, varnish, and create one. You don't have to make another frame. You can put your current rod, that is effectively just a frame, in your crafting grid to revert it to a frame. Lastly, spells also need to be put into spells nodes so make yourself all of that stuff and let's get rolling. After you've set up all you need, open up your spell Inscriber by right-clicking it. You'll see a large grid. This is where the magic happens. The inscribing system is less of a traditionally complex inscribing system and more of a simple sequence of actions. To add a piece to the grid, right-click any part of it and select from the runes that come up. As you can see, at the bottom, you have 2 available runes. Once you have more, you'll be able to assemble them to create spells in a myriad of different ways. But for now, let's just focus on these 2. The runes you have available are the Selector Caster and the Trick Debug. Trick are the most important part of a spell. They are the means through which the spell interacts with the world. In our case, the debug trick is an exception, as it just writes a value to the player's chat. Start off by placing them in your grid adjacent to each other. When you left click on your Selector Caster, you'll find that nothing special happens. However, when you do the same for your Trick Debug, a panel appears on the left where you can configure the input of this piece, the piece's parameter. Parameters are info that goes to the piece in order to allow it to do its thing. Our debug trick sends out something to chat, so we need to know what that thing is. Take the target parameter and click one of the arrows so that your Selector Caster looks like it's pointing toward the Trick Debug. If you hold shift while, oh my god. Okay, I'm not reading all of this. It's already been too long. But the important part is that when you get a level, you need to learn. You need to select this and click on the right and learn it. So I got the Psidust, so that's one quest completed again. So let's claim that. And now let's check the next level. Guess what? I've been reading for the last half hour about casting spells. And that's the next quest. So casting spells. To make different spells, you are going to need a spell programmer. And to cast them, you are going to need to put them on a spell bullet and then add it to your focusing wand. However, you're also probably going to want to construct a better focusing wand. So let's craft a spell inscriber. Spell inscriber. Again, easy, 1 Psidust. The empty map is the hardest part to make. But then again, by hard, I mean not really that hard. Let's just get rid of all of this for now. Get some paper. Now we're going to want to make a map. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's start with, no, not this, sorry. Let's start with a compass right here. Then let's make the paper. And the paper around the compass is going to give us an empty map. Perfect. Now we need some wood and some gold. So we already have the wood in the chest, so now we can just do this and craft a spell inscriber. Wait for it to detect. Oh, it's detected, and we'll just put it down here for now. And this is what they were talking about, like this big thing where you have to put whatever item you want in it. So that's a bit complicated. We're going to get to that a bit later. Spell node now. Spell node. So basically it's a paper, and I have an extra one, a wood, and a Psidust. So we're going to need a lot more of those Psidust. And basically show this, right click it. What if I put a couple? Oh, it does work on a couple. That's kind of cool. I thought I had to do them one. Okay, so something there it didn't like because it hurt me. Oh, you look at the right quickly. You see my magical power going back up. If I throw one on the ground and I go like this, it uses 100. So I'm guessing that if I do too many at the same time, it kind of hurts me. So let's do that, and I have a spell node. Perfect. Next step is craft a humble rod crux, a minor rod notch, and a glowing rod source. Let's just search crux, and it wants a humble rod crux, and there are multiple levels to this. But we can't make these level yet because we only have Psidust. We don't have Psi metal ingot yet. So let's start with a humble rod crux, which is 2 redstone, 2 iron. Let's grab those 2 and let's just craft that right now. Should be fairly easy. That's done. Then a rod notch. Let's just search for notch. And again, minor, easily doable. Flashing, we can't right now. Beaming, rod notch, major, like all of these we can't do right now. But there's one level we can do, so let's do the base level. And as you can see, this is kind of an incremental mod, as in you need to do the lower level first to get to where you want to go. So rod source now. Let's search for rod source, and guess what? Again, 3 level. So 1, 2, and 3 using a side gem, which is made from, oh, you need to read the whole thing, so let's just look at this later. But basically we'll need to use the Psi mode to do that. So let's just do this one, and that's good. Whoa, no, 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 I'm not ready. Oh. Please, you dumb. Ugh. How am I? That kind of explains things. My snowman is dead. Great. Here we go. Where'd you go? Come back. I'm gonna kill you properly so I don't have to deal with you. And I just discovered that my snowman's dead. Okay, so let's just get rid of these things. That's a little bump in the road I was not expecting. But now let's continue. So we have everything for this quest. And let's claim this chest. And back. And the next step is to make Psi metal. Once you reach level 10 of Psi, you're able to turn gold into Psi metal. Level 10. Oh, I guess I'm opening the reward then, because that's what I started. So let's just finish that quickly. Opinium core, and wow. These rewards are not getting better. So let's get rid of whatever I can here. And do I have place here for this Scarly Ender? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so you know what? Let's just... I won't be able to get to Psi metal ingot today because I'm obviously not going to be able to level fast enough. I don't know how much of this I need to do before I end up leveling up. So it would be... I let myself go too low. So I'm going to need to spend some time leveling off. The one thing that they did talk about is this. I just want to show you. If you take the focusing rod and put it back in here, like this. I thought I could turn this back. Alt shift to... Oh, you just craft it? Yeah, you just craft it in your hand. So I have an iron rod frame. Let's just look at rod frame. There are much better one. And it's, again, an incremental one. So we can do the gold one. Then we can do the Psi metal. But obviously we can't right now because we don't have Psi metal. So let's just make a golden rod right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's craft that. And we'll put things together. So like they said, using the... Not the spell inscriber, sorry, the Rod Constructor. You put the rod, the spell node, no, not the spell node, sorry, the minor notch right here, the Crux right there, and the glowing rod source right there. As you can see, now there are better stats. If I take that out, complexity 10, projection 1, and everything else the rest. This removes the bandwidth and the notch. And this removes the overflow. So now we have a better wand. And I think that we actually have more power in it. So let's just put a couple like this. And if we right click this, ooh, it transformed everything and I didn't have a penalty this time. I'm just going to wait for it to go to 200 and do the rest of this. Again, wow. Okay, so this seems to be way more efficient. But now we still have to gain some level, and I'm honestly not 100% sure how to get more points. I think that for that we'll need to make some spells, but I'm not really ready to make some spell. So I want to leave that right here and continue this in the next episode. Because like I said, I want to start these things, but I want to concentrate on the one mod, Life in the Forest. And now we have a lot of bronze, so we should be able to continue crafting the machines. So let's exit back of that mod and go to Life in the Forest. So these engine, you know what? I'm going to make them now just because of the order in which they are. So let's look at engine. Engine. First is the peat-fired engine. We're going to need some copper gear and some copper and a piston, and the copper gear is like 4 copper. So for the engine, we're going to need 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 3 iron. So 1, 2, 3 iron and 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 copper. So let's do this. We're going to make our gear first. Oh, yes, it's around a stone gear and a wood gear. I completely forgot about all of that. So let's just go again through this process. Stone gear and stone gear you get from these gear, and these gear you get for this way, but I need a stick. So give me a stick. And I'm going to go stick with oak wood around, which is going to give me 4. Did I already have some? Because it seems to have put them in the chest. Where? Oh, yes, I already had some. Okay, and these wood gear I transform into stone gear with basically cobblestone. So let's grab all of the cobblestones we have here. Let's put this right here and go like this. And throw that back in here. And now we're going to just make 2 for now because we know we need 2. Like this. Perfect. And just 1 second. I want to see if I have any tin ready. Yeah. The reason I always want to be checking on this is that I can cook more bronze. Because this mod needs a lot of bronze. So let's put that here and here. Perfect. And now we can continue. So now I need to make the piston. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 redstone. So let's do the... I think we should be good now this time. And the peat-fired engine. Let's let it detect. Okay, so I'm going to put that down right here. Again, I'm going to move everything at the end. This needs, guess what? Peat. So if I put peat in here, it's going to produce some ash and generate some power. But I don't want to use my peat right now. The next one is a clockwork engine. So clockwork engine is this one. And it's 1 iron gear and a clock. So the clock easy. Sorry, not this one. Copper gear. Let's just do 1 because I want to keep my other gears. And we're going to need a clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. And you know what? I think I'm going to run out of glass actually. So let's just see. Let's do the clock. I still need to make the... Let's make 2 piston. I have a very strong feeling that we're going to need a piston for the next one. Let's go back here and go for pistons. Oh, no. Wood is a problem. Well, it's not really a problem. It's just that in that chest, it's a problem. You know what I'm going to do? I just want to have some when I need some. Let's just put a stack of 64 right here. And let's go. We should be able to get the pistons now. 1, 2 piston. Perfect. And now we should... No, that's exactly what I just said. So let's grab this. And where's my grinder? Right here. And you know what? I'm going to grab a couple of cobblestone. So 6. And grind all of this. And then 8. And grind all of this. And that should be some glass. Take these out. Move them down here. Whew, that's a lot of small steps. Oh, small step that you have to all have ready and done before. So I'm going to wait for 2 glass because I know I need 1 for the other machine. So let's just wait for the 2 glass right now. And we should be able to make the 2. Perfect. So that's going to be the clockwork engine. Like so. And what is this one? Generate small amount of RF. Right click to wind up. So let me put it down. Really? It's you right click it and it just produce RF. Okay, that's really weird method of power, but I guess if you don't really need a lot of power, it would be great. Let's look at the biogas engine next. So the biogas engine, now we're into bronze. So let's do 2 bronze gear. And you know what? That 5 was really magically the right number. And the biogas engine, which I'm going to put down here, is basically the same thing, but this time using biogas. So it's 3 level of power generation. Huh. So this is generating slow power, but it does accrue because look at this one. It's pushing power into the next one. That's kind of crazy. You know what? Let's just put a peat in it just to see if it works. Ah, it requires a redstone signal. Well, don't worry. I'll give you one right now. The other one just needs to be right click, but you need a redstone signal. Here you go. So see, and this is producing a lot more power. Although I have to say it's being charged by 2 places at the same time. And it didn't detect this one. Finally. So let's put it down, and that's one quest done. So that's one quest that is kind of considered a final, but it didn't unlock anything because technically we're going to need to complete a lot more stuff to unlock the next line. So let's go back here, and now the next one is feeling moist. The moistener uses water, wheat, and an other item for making certain block. Okay, that sounds interesting. Let's just go and do that. How do I still have 2 stone gear? When I made the bronze gear, I made them from what? Okay, that's just strange. I feel like the game gave me 2 extra stone gear, unless I already had stone gear in here. But that's kind of weird. Let's just look at the moistener for now. Moistener. So we're going to need 4 copper gear. Okay, and more glass. And some sturdy frame. So let's do 4 sturdy frame for now. I'm going to keep some bronze in case we need it. And now we need some copper gear, which means stone gear. Ugh, let's just make a couple of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to grab 4, 8, 12, 16 of this. And I still have the stack of cobblestone. So let's just go like this. 16 wood gear. And that's not going to make me 16, but 13. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to grab a whole stack of copper. And I'm going to make just 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's grab all of this glass and we should be able to make the moistener. Perfect. So another machine done. I'm going to go back here and put it. No, that has no power, but we have power here. So we'll just put it here for the power. So let's look at the moistener. Show recipe. So we can make decaying wheat, I guess. Oh no, I can make mycelium. Ooh, that is cool. What else can I make? Puzzle, meh. Mycelium. I can make muststone. So nothing quite interesting, I guess. You know what? Let's just make a mycelium. The reason I want to make a mycelium is that if you remember, let's sleep. Mycelium was something that I had to lose my life over. So it's kind of nice to know that there's another way. I'm going to grab one of these 10, 10, 10 barley seed. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to grab a bucket of water. And by grab, I mean throw on the ground. But no, let's just take a bucket of water. And we're going to need to put this in here. And then we need 1 wheat. And now we should be able to affect the transformation. So wheat right here. Oh, yeah, wheat right here. Barley seed right there. And this is slowly but surely going to transform into... Hello? Oh, wow. Okay. So it goes through a process where it transforms and gives me some moldy wheat, and it's going to need more than just one to build the thing. So, okay, at least it's not instant, like it's not super powerful, but it's going to get there. So I just need to put more in here, and it's basically going through the process and transforming it very slowly. So we'll come back to that after. Let's just claim the quest. Oh no. Haha, I knew there was going to be a trick. So it wants us to make one of each. So technically, I don't need to do the mossy stone brick because we've already done it with the magic of the chisel, and the mycelium we did with losing our life, but we need to do the other one. So now I'm doing the one that I don't need. Great. So let's look at the recipe. It wants us to do mycelium, and for puzzle, I need some spruce leaves. And for this, we're going to need cobblestone and stone. Cobblestone and stone. Perfect. So let's go grab one of these. And come back right here. Oh, wow. This is actually taking longer than I thought it would. And I'm out of power. So I'm going to put some peat in here. And I might as well grab some peat right here. And some peat here and here. But that's not going to be my main form of power. Like, I feel like this is a very expensive form of power. I'm going to right click it a lot. Like, hopefully the more you right click it, the more power it's going to... Out! And now it's making 16 RF. So probably that's kind of a maximum. And let's just go eat, because now I have the debuff where I can't really walk fast, which I kind of hate. Let's grab this, and not eaten yet. Let's grab that, and cheese, obviously. Let's grab that. Let's just see what that gives me. And see, I need some foods that will actually give me more onch, not necessarily the what's it called, the saturation, because I get stuck in a situation where I need to drink and eat a ton of things, and I don't want to have to eat 7 food every time I'm hungry. Else what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up going back to the potatoes, so that when I'm in an emergency and I need just food, I'm going to grab a potato. Raw rock candy, I haven't eaten one of those yet, so let's grab that. So that was lame. Cherry, eaten. Nutmeg, not yet eaten. I'm also trying to get my extra heart, because it would be fun to get to 10 heart. Like, I want to try and progress. I'm really curious. Like, the thing that I'm really curious about is, will I get to 11? Will I get the overlay that gives me an extra heart? Because that would be cool. So now let's go back here, see how this is doing. And is it stuck? Yeah, it feels like it's stuck and it's not doing anything anymore. What if I remove all of this? Oh, I'm out of water. Derp. I'm like just trying to understand what's going on, but I totally forgot to look at the water. So let's grab... Oh. Whew. I'm getting a lot of freezes these days, and I'm pretty sure it has something to do with my mob farm still not being fixed. That being said, when I get to my time lapse, something I'm going to work on, because like I told you in the last episode, I've been given a great trick that's going to make the whole automation a lot simpler and a lot less of a problem. Let's just see here. Oh, we now have 2 chaos assets. So this is moving along nicely. And is this progressing in any way? Yeah, it is. Okay, it's still continuing. I thought it wasn't, which would have been annoying. And I'm really sad that I chose the one that I already made, because this is not working super fast. While we're waiting for this, I guess we're going to have to move on to the next one. The centrifuge. The centrifuge is mainly used for processing becoms into useful item. So centrifuge. Centrifuge. 6 copper. Oh, we have everything to do that already. Perfect. And here's a centrifuge. What I'm going to do is that this is way better power generation. So I'm going to remove these and I'm going to use that as my power source when I need power. So centrifuge. If we look at the recipe, is there a recipe here? Right click. So you put honeycomb. So do I have any honeycomb here? I know that I have some because of this. Oh, you know what? Let's grab this one. And you bring it over here and you put it in. It's not the right kind of honeycomb, I'm guessing. Please, come on. Yeah. So it needs to be the Gendustry honeycombs, which we don't have any. So let's look at the quest. Ah, it's not wanting anything else. So I'm guessing it's going to come later that is going to explain to us what to do for the honeycomb. So we'll get back to that later, I guess. And let's look at the next one, fermenting. The fermenter uses power, item, and a fluid to create a different fluid. I think that's the one that makes the biogas. And I'm kind of curious to see how much, like how good the biogas is. We're almost done with our mycelium. So mycelium, so the next one is this. The next one's going to be the oak leaf. Oh, and I got some mulch. What can I do with mulch? Apparently, I can make humus. Oh, I can use it to make bog earth 8 at a time in a carpenter. So that's probably going to be a better recipe. And I'm going to wait for this. And while I'm waiting for this, I'm just going to go grab some more water because it seems to be using a lot of water. So obviously in my new island setup, I'm going to combine basic factory with this, because I'm going to get a water extraction pump and the thing that you put underwater to generate water, because I'm going to want to keep these machines filled all the time with no problem. Was that enough? Still not. Oh, wow. This is a lot more than I expected. And you know what? Here, I'm going to grab this water and that water, because until I have another power generation, I need all of this peat. Let's grab all of this peat. Huh, I seem to be getting 2 each time. It's not bad. So let's throw this in here and perfect. We have a mycelium. Now let's put this in here, and now we're going to start the process for that was for the puzzle and the one that we need. I just want to make the one that we need. I don't want to make the other one that I don't need. So I'm going to need to make a moss stone. So the next one's going to be a cobblestone. So I'm going to keep one on myself just to remind myself. Why is it not working? This machine is really weird. Do I need to flush something? Do I need to reset it or something? Can't work. Ah, you know what? I think I know why. Give me a second. Let's look at the recipe. Spruce, spruce, spruce. You know what? Let's not fight it. Let's get the spruce leaf, just in case that's all it is. And that's the spruce leaf. Yeah, just one. Let's use the right leaf just in case. And yeah, that's what it was. So while we're waiting for this to complete, the next quest was fermenting. So the fermenter. So fermenter. And bronze gear. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew, that one's pretty expensive. And a sturdy casing. Oh, I still need some of those. You know what? I really seem to be needing a lot of glass. So I'm going to grab 7 of these and my my grinder right here. And I'm going to make kind of a stack of glass. And break all this. Put this one and break this one. Now I'm going to make some compressed gravel. And then I'm going to get these. Oh, forgot to hold the special key. Et voila. So that's going to be a stack of glass. And hopefully this will never be a problem again. because that's getting to be a bit annoying needing this all the time. And no more power. Wow. 2 stacks. Let's put the 2 stack, one in here. Grab all this bronze and one in here. And you know what? There's one thing that this has just taught me, that we're probably going to need some more copper. Oh, I still have some. Not a perfect quantity, but I still have some. Let me put the water in here. Let's go see what I have oil-wise back there. I always have this back up right here, worst case scenario. So I can go like this, and like this, and like this. And now I just need the seeds. Where did I put my seeds? That's going to be the big question, because this is such a better power method for now. I wish I had automated this. Not here, not here. And again, as I told you guys I was going to clean this, I end up in a situation where it's not clean. And now I'm searching for my seeds all over the place. Oi. Oh, perfect. So crystallized cannula seed. And I guess I need some normal seed. Yeah. So the crystallized just easily go into as a first step. But here I'm going to have to put regular, crystallize. Like this, perfect. Let's grab this one. Regular. This also I should, I need to automate this whole process, because this is obviously going to be my power mechanism for the short term, because it produces a really good amount of power. So there's really no reason to not use that. And now let's go 1, 2, and 3. Now I have a lot of power. This is a good quantity of power. I should be able to power almost all of my base just on that. So let's come right here, put this and this, and perfect. So this is going on well. And this one, is it completed? Almost. So I'm going to stay here, because next one is going to be my cobblestone. Come on. I'm guessing that after this one, it's going to be completed. Or not. It feels like it's done, but it's almost done. And I think I should not pick up the moldy wheat, because I feel like the moldy wheat does transform into the mulch at a later time. Et voila, a puzzle. So now put this here, and this should be, yeah, the next to last step to complete this. So fermenter, we're still working on that. We were needing some glass, and that's going to be one fermenter. And I'm not going to worry about it. Like I said, I'm going to break this machine because I'm not ready to use it, and I'm going to put the fermenter there. And the fermenter is using mulch and spice leaf to transform honey into biomass, fruit juice with spice leaf and mulch to transform into biomass, water, spice leaf, and mulch. Like, why would I use fruit juice or honey when I have water as a source? That's kind of crazy. Ginger, garlic, any type. Is it any type of food? Huh. That's kind of cool. So let's just do a little bit. I'm just curious to set it up. So where's my mulch? 2 mulch. And I'm going to need 2 buckets of water. Let's go grab this bucket of water and that bucket of water. Like so and like so. Mulch and food. Does it work with seaweed? Not sure. Let's try with seaweed. Yeah, it seems to work with everything. So that made 100 biogas. So I'm going to need a lot more food than that. Does it work with... Oh. I hope it works with this, because that would make things simpler. Yes, it does. So now we're going to be making a lot more biomass. It seems to be 50 per soybean, and the mulch, it seems to use very little. So now we have the fermenter and we're producing biomass. Next quest is automatic squeezing. The squeezer uses power from squeezing certain item. Okay. Squeezer. Tin. Oh, tin. Do we have more tin ready? Wow. That is a, yeah, we made a crazy amount of tin. So that's not going to be a problem. And I'm going to want to break down 16 tin as the next step, but we'll have to come back to that after. But we have everything to make our squeezer. So, oh, I almost shift clicked. That would have been bad. And where are I completely forgot that last episode I had made so many casing. So let me just put this here. Oh, yes. Okay, so the squeezer is basically the thing that puts things together. Oh, no. Seed oil. Seed oil, seed oil. This one transforms items into oil or fruit juice. Oh, so seeds that transform into seed oils and any kind of other things into fruit juice. So basically it's what I use to make liquid for the biomass. But since you can make biomass with water, the one thing I didn't verify, and like just give me a second, is the quantity. If I use 50 millibucket of honey, it gives me 75. Fruit juice, it gives me 75. Okay, so it's more efficient if I use fruit juice or honey. So I should probably do that. Oh, and it gave me exactly 2 buckets. So let's grab the 2 bucket of biomass. And let's go right here. We're going to break this. And put it, where is it? Right here. No. Right here. No. Wow. It's when you want it to face a certain way that you can't. This is ridiculous. Come on. Oh, okay. Screw you. This is way too ridiculous. Why can't... Oh, this is out of water. This is crazy. Let's put the biomass in there, and we'll come back to this. But I think that the biomass is not enough. I still need to burn something. It's like a 2-fuel type of thing. Yeah, so it needs... Oh, it needs lava. Okay. That's again more expensive than I expected. I should have lava easily, but we'll look at that later. I don't really want to spend anything when I can still... Oh yeah, I can get it back. So I can get it back, and when my island is set up, that's going to make more sense. But because this was out of water, I'm now still waiting for this. Let's go see if my copper is done. Yeah. And let's do 16 of the tin ingot. And let's put some more water in there. And we're going to attack one last quest before we go into time lapse, because I really need to have my island, and hopefully I'll be in a situation where I can complete this quest line in the next episode. That would be really amazing. In the next episode, I'm probably not going to attack any of the some true magic thing. I'm just going to try to complete this and do something else. So, squeezer's done. Clean this. Back, and impregnated material. Or no, let's do the but still. The still uses power to turn one fluid into another fluid. Okay, more power. Like this seems to be the power mod. So still still right here. And yeah, I'll be able to craft that very easily. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's another craft done in a couple of seconds because we have everything prepared for it. If I can find it again. So still, and let's just put this down right here. So basically, recipe. It turns canola oil or resin or biomass into ethanol or turpentine or refined canola oil. Ooh. So this might be faster than actually using the process back there. So these two mods work very well together. Turpentine don't know what I can do with that. There's probably a couple of application. You use it to transform beeswax into wood polish. Okay, that seems less than interesting, especially when you right and left click on wood polish and it gives you nothing. And then ethanol. Ethanol, I'm sure, is a form of power. Yeah, for the compression dynamo. I think 1 bucket of ethanol makes 500,000 RF. Wow. Okay, so that's going to be good. It's going to be used in gene isolation later, so we're probably going to need that. In combustion generator, that seems interesting. Fluid tank, fluid transposer. No, so it's something a bit more end game, I feel, when we have another mod. So let's just claim that and back out of this, and that's a couple. Just want to see what impregnated materials is. Now that you have a carpenter and a squeezer, you can make impregnated casing needed for some forestry and beanies bond machines, and impregnated stick needed for impregnated frame. So let's just look at this. Impregnated casing is basically seed oil, and this in a carpenter, and stick is basically 2 wood and seed oil. So I'm going to need a lot of seed, I guess. The squeezer and the seed makes 10 millibucket each. Oh, coffee. Okay, so that's good. Oh no, that's the coffee from Binny's. Because these are all seed. Onion seed. I can make these seed. They're just a bit complicated to... oh, chestnut. I can use nuts, walnut. I can use seed, but the problem with seed is... oh, no, okay, I can use pumpkin seed. So there's no problem. I was going to say that the problem with seeds is that the only process I have for making seeds right now is right-clicking with the clipper and replanting. But if I can... oh, no, those are the carrots. But if I can come right here and transform 6 into 24, well, that's no longer a problem. Sorry, so I'm going to remove this and put it right there. And I'm going to grab the squeezer, put it here, and I'm going to put the seed in. So this is going to make 2, oh no. Wow, it's not going to produce a lot. It's basically going to do next to nothing. So I'm really going to need to plant a field of pumpkin, because that's going to give me not even a bucket? No, not even a bucket. So it's going to give me 240 millibucket. And for the sticks and casing, how much do I need? I need 100. Oh, okay, 100 millibucket, and this one 250. So it's not that bad, just not something that I can do right now. And the moistener, I'm just waiting for this one to complete, and that's going to be the end of my episode. Can't work. Wow, how much water do you need? See, that's the proof that I'm going to need to set this up on an island and autofill all of these machines with water. Now, I say all of them with water, but some of them uses different thing. So what I might end up doing as a setup, and I'll see how much time this is going to take me, but what would probably be interesting as a setup is to say, okay, this machine needs this kind of oil, and this kind of oil, and this kind of water, and have kind of one always filled with water, one always filled with seed oil, and one always filled with fruit juice, if that's a thing, you know, just something so that I always have the one machine that I need to use. But that means I'm probably going to have to automate the production of everything else. The seeds for the pumpkin seed is not going to be hard to automate, because basically all it's going to be is a farmer from Actually Edition farming some pumpkins, and then the pumpkins, oh wow, guys, I kind of forgot this. I can just grab this and, well, 4 stacks of seed. So that's what I was going to say, and just put it through a crafter, where that crafter is basically pumping out pumpkins into pumpkin seed. So this is going to give me all of the oil that I need, and technically I only really need 1 bucket, because I can extract it once I have a bucket. Without a water extraction pump, I need to do it one bucket at a time unless I have the canister. So they have these canister things. No, not like this. Let's do squeezer. So I'm going to start from the squeezer because if I do this, then it doesn't show me. Let's look. Forestry. Just going to try and find it quickly. None of these are canister. None of these are canister. These. The can, sorry. So it's 3 tin for 12 can. So let's just do one set of these. 1, 2, 3, 12 can. Because I think that these are 100 millibucket each. And okay, I guess not. Unless I have to put them. Where do I have to put them? Can I right click? Nope. Maybe it's because I have 12. Let's try with just one. Okay, so no, I can export. So when you see this sign, you know what? It must be 1,000. It must be what it is, because if it has a sign like this, it should take this liquid and pump it into this and give me that right here. So, oh, I didn't do the, no, okay. I'm waiting for the mustone to be finished. Whew. So this should have enough water now to complete. It's just so slow. Oh my God, this is so slow. Is it running out of power? Nope, it's not even running out of power. So it's just a question of machine of this type do not require any power to operate. Oh, oops. So I guess it didn't need to be there. It's just one really annoyingly slow machine. And I thought every machine needed power. Empty tanks with the pipette. I don't want to empty the tank. So basically, see, let's say I wanted to reuse this machine to make a different kind of oil. I could right click with the pipette on it, but I would lose the content. So unless you want to lose the content, I strongly recommend that you do not do that. And I'm waiting for no good reason other than, what is it? xHedra wants to complete something that is way too long again. Which means my time lapse is going to have to be shorter. Oh my God, if I was not having this much fun discovering those mods or rediscovering those mods, like this one I've used, but such a long time ago that I almost don't remember any of it. And that's it. I don't want more than this. Let's break this. Oh, I have a inventory problem. So let's grab this. And like I said, if I wasn't having so much fun, I'd be able to just do the one thing and move on and not care. But no, I'm having way too much fun. Oh, that's the fermenter. That's not the one that I want. I want the carpenter. Well, just make sure. Impregnated. Let's not make any mistake. And yeah, it's the carpenter. So put the carpenter down right here. Let's put some oil into it. And now let's do, I'm going to need 8, 9, 10 wood. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to go back here. Basically, again, print out the recipe. Put this right here. And now it's going to make an impregnated casing. While I'm waiting for this, I'm going to go see the status of that. Speed 1. So I'm guessing I can accelerate the speed of that. I'm going to have to do some research because this machine is way too slow. I want it to go faster. Let's come back here. And that's going to have given us 1 impregnated casing. Let's kill all of that. And this is the impregnated stick. Perfect. And hopefully there's no step 2. Discovered. And there's no step 2. So great, I got another quest completed. So I wish, I'm still going to wait for this. Who am I kidding? And you know what? Since I'm waiting, might as well just look at what this one is, the bottler. The bottler automatically fills up fluid container. Great, so let's go see what I need for the bottler. And hopefully it's something that I have everything to do it. So the bottler is a sturdy casing and some cans. And the sturdy casing is, oh no, I have this. I have everything for this. Yeah, because I made, wow. So that's kind of good. Because I had already made the cans for the other machine, I end up being able to do this whole quest. Let's get rid of the carrots in this. I'm just running out of inventory space again. But that's great. So we're only going to have shaping glass, large automatic farm, 1 block farm, attracting animals, and you've got mail to do. So that's totally doable in the next episode. I don't really have a problem with this. And you know what? I'm going to open these rewards. And once the rewards are done, if this is not done, I'm going to stop the episode, or else I won't even be able to put a, like right now, putting a 10-minute time lapse is going to make the episode 1 hour long. And I don't know how much I can accomplish in 40 minutes. So it might not be worth it. I'm probably still going to do it. Let's just open these reward. Fluid pressure gun, okay. Nocturnal powder, no need for that yet. Lily pad of fertility, very good. Gluttony charm, what is that? I have to go research what that is, because that might be something about not needing to eat. Heavy plated shield for when we're in immersive engineering. Crate upgrade for actually addition. And the last one is void transport pipe. So nothing really great here. Nothing that I hate, but nothing really great. Let's get rid of everything we don't need. And let's turn around to this, and please tell me you're done. Sorry. Oh, we're almost done. But I can't complete it. And it's 56 minutes. This is a crazy episode. And I want to put a little bit of a time lapse because I need the island. Like I've told you guys, without the ability to input water into these machines and making a setup that makes it a bit easier to work, this is going to be too much of a problem. And I just wanted to take a look again at forestry. We still have one major problem with this. We still don't have any way of transferring power anywhere. We don't have any form of power cables whatsoever. That might be the only reason why immersive engineering might have been more interesting. Is that in immersive engineering we have the cables, so it would have been good for power transfer. But I'm going to start the episode here before I go crazy and I remove myself completely the chance of putting a time lapse, and I'm going to continue in the next episode. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.